What I want to talk about today is how you could get your Amazon KDP account taken off you, or at the very least suspended. So none of us actually want that to happen, and none of us want that to happen, I would presume, to anybody else who has an Amazon KDP account, unless they deserve it. Well, who deserves it? Well, I've created a bit of a list of things here where I feel you have to be careful. Plagiarism, for a start. It could be something simple, like what I've just said. It could be something simple. That string of words, that sentence of words, could be in somebody's book that they've had a copyright on. And it may just flag up as that's been said before. Now, those kind of things really don't count. And even if they do flag up while you're actually writing and you're using some software like Grammarly and that says that could be copyright, a copyright issue, then you can really pretty much ignore that. If it's just something, an everyday sentence, that doesn't really, it's not a brand name or anything else like that. It's not a slogan or a saying or a quotation, a modern quotation. So, things like that you can sort of let go, and then you'd hope that Amazon will do the same, and they often do. You may just get your book back. Been rejected, can you correct a few errors? Correct them. They don't often tell you exactly what the errors are. You have to sort of hunt them down. But in some cases they do. So you really need to just double check your work and get it back up. But at least they're giving you a warning. Duplicate content is another one. So what I mean by that is I don't mean duplicate line pages or duplicate journals or sketchbooks and things that with nothing in them anyway. I'm on about duplicate content, as in books with substance. Even children's books, but you've just put them in a different cover. You've tried to repackage them. You've repackaged the same product, and that's never gonna win you any favors with Amazon. And yeah, you will have at least a warning first, maybe a suspension. But people do things like that on purpose. What they do is they put the books in, and they go, I'll make another copy for that one, another cover for that one, and they'll do 2 or 3 versions of this same book with the different cover. Again, line journals, yeah, blank pages, but when it's got content, when you've actually spent time on it, that's unfair. People can spend a long time doing a line journal. I don't know anybody, but people can. And even if it's their first book, it's, they've enjoyed making that first book. So then what else have we got? We've got reacting aggressively to bad comments. Yeah. You shouldn't react to any comments, whether it's a comment from, I just saw a message on my phone. I can't help but smile every time I see my grandson. So you shouldn't react to any comments. And not in a positive way, not in a negative way, none at all. And if somebody says something so vicious, nasty, then you report them. If it's that bad, Amazon will remove it. If it's not so bad, it'll stay. But you don't respond. Never. But that's just my opinion. Everything I do is my opinion. I might say you don't and you do. But you do what you want. I'm just telling you how I would do it. Yeah, and I'll still say you do and don't. But it's not advisable, how about that, to respond in any way to comments, because firstly, they don't deserve your attention, and secondly, you're just probably starting a little war going on there, and you never know, they may get someone else to put a bad review on, they may do all these kinds of things, they may haunt you. It's surprising there's people like that. I know, but you wouldn't believe it. Okay, so don't react or comment, because if you react aggressively, if you get into an argument, Amazon won't like that. That'll be a bad mark against you, and they'll keep a check. Multiple accounts. Now, that's a good one. People have been known to have lots of different accounts, selling lots of similar books with different covers and all kinds of things, in different names, different bank accounts, friends of friends doing it for them, and all this kind of stuff. It happens. And the thing is, Amazon will find it eventually. Will find the link, a contact link. It'll find some way of connecting you over the internet and say, well, hang on a minute, what's going on there with this? And if they do, you lose all your accounts. Whoever's got the other accounts lose them too. And there's probably no ifs and buts or that or warnings. It's just your account's gone. Using services for reviews. This is a funny one because a lot of publishers will ask lots of different people who they probably already know or have been put in contact with to review a book before it actually goes live. It can be done. And even when it's gone live, can you review this book for me? And they get the reviews done. And yeah, of course, if they've asked somebody to do a review, give them a copy, maybe even a little money, who knows. But they're not asking them for a review because they think they're going to get a bad one. They're asking them for a review because they know they're going to get a good one. So that sort of thing is just forgotten about. It's not really that much of an issue. But it's the ones where you use companies online to get your reviews. And then there's lots of them that will take your money and say, yeah, okay, well, if you review so many, you'll get credits to go to yours so that someone can review yours. And they're bad business, bad business. And they may have worked for a few people, but your time's better off spent pushing the book yourself, setting up some social media accounts or a web address. And I'll be talking about a website building soon. And advertising yourself, just pushing your books or whatever. But avoid these companies. It's the scams. If there's money to be had, there's a scammer. And that's really the way to look at it. Going wide or global distribution or expanded distribution with others. So if you've already agreed to do that with Amazon, don't do it with another company because they don't like it. They ask you not to do that. So that's one sure way of getting yourself suspended, at least, a warning, and if you continue to do it, banned. So all these ways of getting banned, they seem quite simple, don't they? They seem like, why would you get banned for something like what a warning would do? A warning does do. And they will warn you, usually. And they may give you a suspension as a bigger warning. And then you need to contact them if you do get a suspension, to try to work things out with them amicably, without being aggressive, without demanding. Because I've never met a company like Amazon, given that they must be under such strain in that department for customer services for the KDP accounts, that they always get back to me. Within a day, I've had a response. So I can just phone them sometimes. I never really have a problem. And, they deserve to be treated well, I think, because they're looking after us. And you might not think so. You might still use the service. If you're still using the service. So that's about it, really. There's it's common sense. It really is. Like I say, if you're not out to scam, you're going to be fine. And just take those few precautions, and you're good to go.